Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm gonna give you some of the early tips that have come out since the update has been released, and some of them have been really funny and I just want to go over some of them because they are so worth it. So the first tip is one that I saw popping up on Twitter. I don't know by who because there was suddenly a lot of players that did that. It's a glitch where you can go and fly with the slide or the water slide. So what you do is you place two of these slides right inside each other and you just go into the first slide, you make sure you go fast enough and it makes you go fly. And if you then press a shift lock, it makes you go really fast. But some people really fly across the map like that and it's so funny to see. So I wonder what happens if I place another one inside of here. Will it make me go any faster? So if I place this one diagonally inside here, I need to make sure that I can enter it. I wonder if it will make me fly a little bit further than that. This is actually quite a fun glitch. Wait, I'm going way too slow right now, am I not? Wait, oh, it does make me fly. Alright, so let's go again, but with some speed. Okay, there we go. And we're flying. That's amazing. Now, I think if you do it the other way around, it's kind of acting weird. Wow, just fell like that. Okay, see, it's making you, ooh, I did fly away. This is quite fun. Okay, anyways, next hack. It's actually a quite fun one. It's by Kilimen. Let's keep one of those water slides. What are they actually called? Slip and slide. Yeah, that's what I meant all the time. So going onto the first floor, you can actually do it on any floor you like. You need a bit of a platform to build on. Will this be far enough from the start? I think it will be. And you can make this as tall as you want, basically. I'm just gonna make it on the first floor so that it's easier. Doing this, creating a floor, and then on top of there, I don't think my platform is long enough, or maybe it just about is. There we go. Going back into roofs, I think you do need advanced placing for it. I'm pretty sure you do actually. Going into roofs, you take the flat roof out, you create a little shape, but you leave a little bit of space open to where the slip and slide is. There you go. You drag your roof up as high as it has to be. Something like that will do. This looks like the inside of a slide, which is good. Then on the bottom part, where I want the slide to end, I'm going to be placing a basic shape. I am looking for the wedge, normal wedge. There we go, the horizontal wedge. I don't want to make it too far away, so I'm going to do it like this, dragging it down just a little bit because this is the end of the slide. I'm making it come out just one bit when I'm on medium placement so that I can place some stuff on it. So this is about the part that I want. Then in structural, you go to the wooden plank, you take the horizontal plank, you start about in the middle here or as close to the middle as you can. It's actually better to be in a large placement grid if you want to do that. You drag it down like that. It's about in the middle, but it's not. Take your basic shape. I should have done it a little bit lower, actually. Go for the cube. You drag that one down all the way. So this is quite the instruction, actually. You make it as wide as your platform. There we go. That's the width that we needed. Of course, we're gonna lower it a little bit so that we don't hit ourselves on the way out. Copy that, but it is on top of there. We don't want that. So we need to resize that one. That one is way too large now. I think this is about the size that we want, although I don't want it to come out on top here. But why is it higher than the other one? That is a problem. So we're gonna have to stretch that one out a little bit. Otherwise, we will hit ourselves, and that's not what we're here for. Of course, this one has to be a little bit smaller still, because as I said, I want to be able to slide down. This seems about right, I think. But we need a flat piece. I mean, I think it's the way I did the beam, but well, I guess it'll work, we'll see. So I squeezed a beam in here just to see if it will work. I don't know if it's actually going to. And then, of course, to finish the sides, you can do the same thing. So you go to the cube, you place it somewhere in the middle, resize it a little bit, so drag it down, and this will be the side of your slide. So something like this. And of course, you put that on the side here. I'm gonna put one on the other side as well. And then you want a pull right down where the slide ends, of course. Otherwise, it doesn't have a lot of sense. So that's our slide, actually made it one bit too large. And then if you go on top, it should work. So on the platform, of course, it is nighttime. So sliding down, I'm kind of running into issues here. Okay, there we go. We slid down. I could have finished it more nicely, but well. Then next up, and this is quite the funny one, actually. I don't know who posted it. I just seen the video. Wait, I did get it in DMs from Robin, I think. So if you actually get a vehicle, I still have the Bloxburg TS. Let's go for an open roof car this time. I hate how it's always nighttime though. And then we use the car, and as you can see, I'm holding my kite. If I use my kite while I'm driving and I drive into stuff, as you can see, my kite will completely go wild, but I'm going to do this again in daylight because you can barely see anything right now. Then the next hack is by Stopsocio, or for Cub Scout. This one is actually pretty easy, but it does look pretty nice, I must say, I must admit. So with the new basic shapes, we have the smooth cube. If you place a smooth cube against a wall with a window, for example, so very easily gonna make that one right now. So this is my window wall. Going into the basic shapes, take the smooth cube, you place it somewhere here, and dragging that outwards will allow you to create a custom bush, and you can change the height of it. So you go for camo, and then in the material you look for grass, and as you can see, that looks exactly like the bush. You can totally resize your own bushes if you want to. So if you want to create a higher bush that goes on the side of your house, you can totally do that. And I don't know what's more expensive actually, making a bush like this or doing it the other way. But the good thing with making bushes this way is that you can actually have flowers on top of it or inside it. So if I move this bush aside a little bit, and I want some flowers to come out, so I go to the wildflowers, place some here, maybe some here as well. Placing my bush back, as you can see, I can make like flowers come out of it. They aren't really angled nicely, but I can also put flowers on top or anything else that I want to place on top of my bush. I can basically do that. So that's a lot of fun as well. I think the best one to do is the lily pad. So dragging this lily pad all the way down and making the flower really big will make it look like there's a flower in your bush, and I kind of like that. Then another thing you can do for some outdoor coziness is place a jar on the table, and in that jar you can place a candle. So going into candles, find the right one. As you can see, it fits nicely in there, but I suggest painting your candle before you actually put the glass jar on it. So linen, and let's go for maybe a bluish color. And if you want to finish it off nicely, you can always go to decorations, take the placemat, place it under there, give it some stony material or something like that. Maybe some rocks or whatever. And then again, take your glass jar, and as you can see, you now have a candle in a jar. How cozy is that? Oh my god, how funny would it be if you actually made lemonade on top of that? Can you actually do that? That would be so cool. Fill? What's the cheapest? Okay, milk. Let's just have a bottle of milk here. I wish you could actually fill it with candy as well. Okay, so that does actually work. How funny is that? So if it empties, you'll have a candle. Then going back to the kite glitch. Well, it's not really a glitch. It's more of like, who would fly a kite in their car anyway? So taking the kite out and using it while I'm driving, having an open roof, of course. And then it's like you need to drive into things. So if I suddenly stop, and I need to continue doing that until my my kite starts glitching out, which I feel like it already is. Maybe if I angle it a little bit and stuff like that. Okay, it's really starting to go now. I wonder what happens if you drive into the cave. Okay, nothing much happens here. Although it is trying to go to a point, so that's quite funny, but you need to keep driving and like make turns and twists and go angled and stuff like that for it to start glitching out. But once it does, it's really funny to look. See, I just drove into a light pole and it's actually starting to go now. So if you drive fast enough and then you come to a stop, it will really start to glitch out. So there we go, we came to a stop. I continued driving and now my kite is just going places. I don't know where it wants to go, but definitely somewhere. So yes, if you want to drive around with an antenna, you can definitely do that now. The next up, I already showed you that one, but I will give credit to Stopsocio. Even though they use the wrong code, I will still give credit to where I saw it. So I already showed you that, but with the Lilypad, of course, and I probably showed that in my update video as well. So you have the Lilypad, of course, but if you make it really small and you drag out the plant, you actually just have like a nice flower that you can put in your garden. So that's really pretty. So these are some of the early hacks that came out of the update, but as you can see, I could refine it a little bit better. Kilimen did an amazing job at it. I'm probably gonna refine it a little bit, but these are some of the early tips that came out of the new update. Definitely am liking the new shapes, so going with that. You have the Lilypad, you also have the slide glitch where you can fly across the map if you want to. You have the kite thing that you can take with your car and it will go crazy. We have the custom bushes, and then we have, of course, the jar, which is filled with milk now, but once it's empty, I'm actually gonna empty it. As you can see, you just have a candle jar on top of a table, which could be nice for outdoor spaces. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it at this. If you have any more amazing tips with the shapes or whatever, you can definitely send them to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.